It's now time for the Reverb Sports Full Game Recap. We go all the way back to December 30th of the year 2023, when the Nashville Preds were closing out the regular season series in Washington against the Capitals and also closing out the 2023 schedule. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines in the following way on the second night of back-to-backs. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist. Sherwood back in the lineup. Parsons and Sissons are his line mates on the second line. Smith, Novak, and Evangelista on the third line. Trennan, McCarron, and Tomasino on your fourth line. Your defensive pairings are McDonough and Yossi, Luzon and Carey. Fabro and Shen. Barry is listed as day-to-day. Lankinen also listed as day-to-day. So Yaroslav Askarov gets his second ever NHL start, his first of this season. Just 15 seconds into the game, and it's Shepard coming up with a save on O'Reilly. First shot on goal of the game. 43 seconds into the first period, Shepard coming up with another save on Sherwood. 1:59 into the first period, it's Skarov coming up with a save on Sandin, his first save of the game at 2:44 of the first period. Luke Evangelista's fifth goal of the season, a spinning rebound put back from the slot, gives the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead over the Caps at 3:52 of the first period. Shepard coming up with a save on Ryan McDonough at 5:03 of the first period. It's Askarov coming up with a save on Protos at 6:03 of the first period. So Ovechkin off to the box. 2 minutes for cross-check, and that's where we find the captain, Roman Josi, burying his eighth goal of the season, giving the Nashville Predators a 2-0 lead here early in the first period. He walked it to the middle, picked his place, and took a shot with good, healthy traffic in front of the net. Again, Yosi's eighth goal of the season makes it 2-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators on the power play. 8:48 into the first. Shepard save on Josi. This time 9:38. Askarov comes up with a save on Carlson at 10:25. Malestein comes up with his third goal of the season, getting the Washington Capitals on the board. 2-1 now in favor of the Nashville Predators. This goal happened because, well, simply the Nashville Predators were sloppy, choppy, and loose in their own defensive end, giving up multiple turnovers before the rebound putback can be easily finished off by Malestein. Good credit to the fourth line of the Washington Capitals. They were really bringing the jam and grinding, and they took the puck away from the Preds a couple times in their own zone. 2-1 hockey game now. 12:46 into the first period. McCarron off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. This penalty kill can only be described as excellent. 0 shots on goal. Sissons and Cole Smith absolutely doing dynamic work out there shorthanded. 16:13 of the first period. Shepard coming up with a save on McCarron, and then immediately after the shot, McCarron and Wilson are off the box. 5 minutes each. Not a whole lot to the fight. A lot of clutching, a lot of grabbing, and a couple of punches while they were down. They certainly got the better of each other in the chirping department than they did in the punching department, but they're both off to the box for 5 minutes. At 18:56 in the first period, Skarov coming over with a save on Ethan Bear. At 19:57 of the first, Skarov coming over with a save on Carlson at the 20-minute mark. Luzon and Edmondson off to the box. 2 minutes each for a roughing. I felt like this was the easy way out for the officials. Many players were involved in the end of the period scrum, and it was definitely initiated by Edmondson on Luzon. I felt this was the easiest way out for the situation. We'll start the second period with some 4-on-4 hockey, but the first period will wrap up with the Preds having a 2-goal lead, 2-1 lead, that is, and the Washington Capitals out shooting the Preds 12-11. 18 seconds into the second period. This is during 4-on-4 hockey. Shepard comes up with a save on Forsberg at the 35-second mark of the second. Askarov comes up with a save on Kuznets off the 1:48 mark of the second period. Shepard comes up with a save on Josi. We return to 5-on-5 even strength hockey, and at 3:29 we see Shepard coming with a save on Luke Evangelista at the 6:22 mark of the second period. It's Shepard coming up with a save on Luzon at 7:29 of the second period. It's Askarov coming up with a save on the jam attempt after the shot goes off of the post, lands behind him, and he has to dive backwards on top of the puck carry with the goal line support from the defensive standpoint there. Great job right there supporting his young rookie goaltender. Come up with a save. 9:17 in the second period. Shepard comes up with a save on McCarron. Tomasino set this play up off the half wall. The delay, the hold, the setup of the pass, all of it was the excellence of execution by Philip Tomasino, and McCarron got a really good strong shot off right here, but Shepard gets the best of everyone. 12:27 now of the second period, and it's Shepard coming with the save on Ryan McDonough at the 12:56 mark of the second period. It's Luke Evangelista off to the box. 2 minutes for holding. An outstanding penalty kill by the Nashville Predators. They would not allow a single shot on goal, but unfortunately for the Nashville Predators, on what we'd like to call the continuation, just a couple of seconds after the power play expired, with Washington still holding the puck possession and a distinct advantage, Ovechkin capitalizes officially quickly at 14:59 of the second period. His 7th goal of the season, tying the game up at 2 apiece. And you know exactly what the play was. A one-time bomb from the left circle, and welcome to the club, Yaroslav, number 171 in the goalies that have given up a goal to Alex Ovechkin club. So we are now tied at 2 apiece in the second period. We move to the 16:30 mark of the second. That's when Shepard comes up with a save on O'Reilly's wraparound attempt. O'Reilly checked the short side, then decided to try the wraparound, got shut down by Shepard. Either way, he decided. 16:44. Shepard robs Tommy Novak at the back door. Maybe not quite enough sauce on that pass from Forsberg, but Novak got a good look at the back post, and Shepard was there to deny. 17:03 of the second period. Shepard comes up with a save on Luke Evangelist. 18:05 of the second period. At Saskarov coming up with a save on Malestein. 18:58, another save on Edmondson. In 19:57, Shepard comes up with a save on Luzon from the half wall. Never hurts to throw it on net, and this shot had more trouble than you would expect at the end of the period. The Nashville Predators are now out shooting Washington 25-17, so the Caps only get 5 shots on goal in the second period, but they do pick up the goal to tie the game. We flip the sheet over, and we start with the third period, and we are 1 minute and 1 second on to that clean sheet, and it's Shepard back to work, coming up with a save on Jeremy Luzon at 1:29 of the third period. Zaskarov coming up with a save on McMichael. 2:06. Zaskarov coming up with a save on Kuznetsov at 4:01 of the third period. It's McMichael off to the box. 2 minutes for holding, but it would be the Nashville Predators coming up with the big-time stops right here as the rookie netminder would come with a save on Kuznetsov, then another save on Dowd, and the Nashville Predators on the entirety of their 2-minute power play would not generate a single shot on goal. That's right, not a single shot on goal for the Preds, but 2 for the Washington Capitals, shorthanded. 7:07 of the third period. It's Shepard coming with a save on Tommy Novak. At 7:20 of the third period, it's Saskarov coming with a save on Edmondson. 7:48, Shepard a save on Forsberg. Teams trading chances back and forth here in the middle of the third period. The 9:01 mark of the third, and Shepard coming with a save on Yakov Trennin's wrist shot at 10:26 of the third period. It's Askarov coming with a save on Jensen's long, heavy shot at the 11:38 mark of the third period. It's Shepard coming up with a save on Luke Shen. 13:02, Shepard back to work. This time a save on Philip Forsberg. 15:41, another big-time save on Yakov Trenin. Then 16:32, Shepard yet another save on Philip Forsberg's redirect from close range. Now, at 18:59 of the third period, when it seemed like things were settling down and the teams were just going to go ahead and get a point and split this thing later on, at 18:59, it's Alex Ovechkin seeming to get on the board. It was on a delayed call. Ovechkin jumps off of the bench. The delayed call was going to be on Luke Shen. Ovechkin off of the bench, able to finish off the play. This was reviewed. Initially not understood what they were reviewing it for. Turns out they were reviewing it for goaltender interference. They ruled it was goaltender interference. They took the goal off of the board. So instead of it being 3-2 and Ovechkin having his second goal of the game, we go back to a 2-2 hockey game, put 19 minutes, 1 minute left on the clock in the third, and Shen in the box for 2 minutes. The official call is hooking. 2-2 hockey game. At the end of regulation, because the Predators would prevent getting any shots for the Washington Capitals on their power play for that minute, the Nashville Predators are out shooting the Washington Capitals 33-26. Both teams earn a point. We'll settle the third point in overtime. The carryover of 1 minute into OT means instead of the 3-on-3, we'll start with the 4-on-3. And Skarhoff is coming up with a big save on Carlson's sharp angle heavy shot. And they go to even strength hockey, which is now 4-on-4 hockey, and would remain that way for quite some time as the teams would skate up and down, and it got kind of scary for a couple of minutes for both teams, but they weren't really getting the clean scoring chance. 3:56 of the overtime period. It's Shepard coming out with a save on Forsberg, and this rush plus the jam was simply incredible. If Forsberg could have finished this one off, this one would have been on the season-ending highlight reel. There is no doubt about that. Philip Forsberg makes a couple of sick moves through the defenders, then almost stuffs the puck home on the goal line. At 4:10 of overtime, Satscroft coming out with a save on Wilson. We hit the end of overtime. We'll go to a shootout. Shots on goal for the game, 34 for Nashville, 28 for the Washington Capitals. Now, going into the shootout, the Washington Capitals are going to shoot first, and it's Kuznetsov coming in with the slowest move you've seen since Ryan Johansson, and he gets stopped by Yaroslav Askarov, and then Nyquist goes for the Nashville Predators, goes bar down, converting also with the slow and low move, picks his spot with a wrist shot, and converts, putting the Preds up 1-0 in the shootout. Ovechkin then takes the opportunity and is shut down by his countrymate O'Reilly then finishes the shootout with the wrist shot again, beating Shepard. 2-0 is the shootout win. 3-2 is officially the win for the Nashville Predators in the shootout. Shots on goal for the game, 34-28. Yaroslav Askarov gets his first ever victory in the NHL and only his second career start, and he stops two of the most famous countrymen he will ever get a chance to play against in the NHL. We've got so much more coming up on this game on the Renegades of Puck podcast. Analysis, box score, and more coming up next.